itel has released a new device in their flagship line. It's the new itel S24. This phone is a couple of firsts for itel. It's the first itel phone to have a 108 megapixel camera. It's also the first itel phone to be powered by a true MediaTek gaming processor, the MediaTek Helio G91. And it's also the first itel phone to have stereo speakers. With the S24, there is a color changing feature from white to pink. I know itel have already done this before with the itel S23, but this phone is already looking pretty great. Inside the box, we get the phone, SIM ejector tool, rubber TPU case, Type-C cable, and an 18-watt charging brick. At the time of recording, I don't have the exact price of the phone yet. When I do, I'll include it in the video description and maybe the pinned comment. Hey guys, it's future me here. So itel just sent me the price of the itel S24. So there are three variants: the 4GB 128GB variant, which costs 118,400 naira, the 8GB 128GB variant, which costs 143,600 naira, and lastly the 8GB 256GB variant, which costs 159,100 naira. Okay, let's get into the review. My name is Udi. I talk about tech. Let's shoot. The design of the itel S24 is quite nice. I handed it to some of my friends and they all seemed to like it. In my opinion, it looks better than last year's itel S23. You can see some shiny particles. Guess what itel calls it? Innovative 3D magnetic particle. Now, it's a glossy finish, but fingerprint smudges is not a problem on here. I don't know how itel did it. Maybe that's the magnet doing their work. I did mention that there is a color changing feature. It changes from white to pink under sunlight. So there are three colors: starry black, coastline blue, which is what I have here, and then dawn white. If you want that color change feature, that is only available with the dawn white color. The blue and black do not change colors. The power button doubles as the fingerprint scanner. It is really fast. At the bottom, we get one of stereo speakers, a Type-C port, primary microphone, and a headphone jack. The stereo speakers sound pretty decent, but they could be louder. On the left side of the phone, we get the dual SIM plus memory card tray. And up top is the second speaker grill. The display of the itel S24 is the only part of this phone that isn't so amazing. It's a 6.6-inch 720p 90Hz display. Now, I understand that itel had to cut some corners to put this phone at a competitive price point, but in my opinion, I think it would be better if it was a 1080p 60Hz display. Right? Or what do you guys prefer? 1080p 60Hz or 720p 90Hz? Let's chat about it in the comments. The display on the itel S24 is still decent. I mean, it's the same display that itel has been using for quite some time now. Same display as the itel S23 and the P55 series. So the display is fine. It's 90Hz, so it's fast, and it also has peak brightness of 480 nits. Now let's talk cameras. A 108 megapixel main camera and an 8 megapixel selfie camera capable of shooting video in 1440p 30 fps. Now, there was a bit of a problem with the cameras. Whenever I took a portrait mode picture of a human subject with the main cameras, not the selfie, I got this error message. Now, this only happened with human subjects. If I took a portrait mode picture of any other thing, it will be fine, no error. I informed itel about this. In fact, I had to send the phone back to them and they said it's a software issue and a software update is in the works, and yeah, it will be fixed with a software update. Now, I'm going to show you photos and video samples taken on the itel S24. Let me know what you think of its quality in the comments below. The 720p screen might give the impression of mediocre cameras, but when I transferred the photos to my laptop, they turned out to be surprisingly good. The 108 megapixel mode really makes a difference in terms of sharpness, and you can zoom in further as it has more detail. Additionally, the Super Night mode produces sharper and brighter pictures with improved high dynamic range, which is truly impressive. Even the selfies are great. This selfie was taken indoors with the lights on and it looks really good and sharp. I'm a huge fan of the selfies on the itel S24. Okay, so the itel S24 also has something called dual video. It records from both the front camera and the rear camera at the same time. Looks pretty cool. Hey guys, so this is what video looks like on the itel S24, shooting in 2K resolution at 30 frames per second. So yeah, do let me know what you think of its video quality. How do I look like? Also the audio quality. How does the microphone sound like? Is it crisp? There's wind going on right now, so it should be a bit distorted. But yeah, let me know what you think of the overall quality, both photo and video. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. It looks pretty sharp, but do let me know what you think of its quality. The itel S24 is running Android 13 on itel OS 13.5. No Android 14 yet. Now, one thing I love about itel software is how feature-packed it is. There are many tools available at your disposal that will actually improve your experience with the phone. Ivana GPT AI assistant is also here, so that's great. And did you know that Ivana now understands Hausa? So if you can speak Hausa, you can talk with Ivana in Hausa. Powering the itel S24 is the MediaTek Helio G91 chipset. It's a very new chipset and it's a tier above the MediaTek Helio G88. It scores 267,000 in Antutu. In Geekbench, it scores 414 in single core and 1445 in multi-core. We get 256 gigabytes of internal storage. Just amazing. And 8 gigabytes of RAM, which is expandable to 16 gigabytes via memory fusion. Multitasking is great on here. App launching speed is good. Gaming is also pretty solid. Now, I'm not much of a gamer, but playing games on the itel S24 is good. It was able to play smoothly on medium settings, no lag whatsoever. For battery, we get a 5000 mAh battery with 18 watts charging. On a full charge, it will be able to last a full day, and charging from 0 to 100% takes about 2 hours. The itel S24 also supports bypass charging, where the current bypasses the battery and directly powers the phone, which helps with enhancing the battery life and reducing the heat on the phone. So, what do you think of the itel S24? Is it the new budget king? Well, like I said earlier, the only thing I'm not much of a fan of is the display. Everything else is great. Design is nice, cameras are great, tons of software features. Performance is also pretty solid. The itel S24 is a really good phone, and depending on how competitive the price is, I might even end up liking it even more. And I can't wait to see what itel does with the itel S24 Plus. I just know it's going to be an awesome phone. Now, don't forget to give this video a like and also subscribe to the channel. My name is Udi. This is UdiShoots. Thank you so much for watching, and you'd see me in my next video. See.